voice, and all at once I remember everything she'd done to me.
Why? What has she done to you?
So many times, Mr. Potts, she's come to this very door, begging bread and a cup of cider. And more this, whenever I turned her away empty, she mumbled.
Mumbled? She may mumble if she's hungry.
What does she mumble? You must remember Billy Potter. Last month, a Monday, she walked away and I thought my guts would burst for 2 days after. Do you remember it?
I do.
I told Thomas to take on. I asked her so. Good old friend, says he. What curse do you remember that this girl was supposed to sit on the table? And she said, why? No curse at all, Your Excellency. I hope I may say my command. I hope I may say my command.
That's an upright answer.
I could entertain her and say, I'm sorry for your command. No one will tell she could not say a single one. She never knew no commandments. They had her written that lie.
And so condemned her.
It must be she condemned herself.
But the proof! The proof!
I told you the proof. It's hard proof, hard as rock, the judge said.
You're not going to court again, Mary.
I'm sorry, Mr. Proctor. I'll be gone every day for some time now. I'm amazed you can see what ways you work with.
What work you do? It is strange work for Christian girls to hang old women.
But they will not hang them if they confess. So people only seek to doubt some time. And here's one for you. Think of this. Goody pregnant.
Pregnant? Are they mad? The woman's nearly 60.
They have got to examine her, and she's forced to bring. Smoking a pipe for issues, and no one's been dying. But she saves that up, and I'm not her innocent child. But be not up to marvel. You receive so, it's God's work will do. So I'll be gone every day for some time. I'm the bishop of the court.
What official you?
That won't be anymore. The devil's loose in the stable, Mr. Potter, with Mr. Scudaway behind.
What with it?
I saved their life today.
We're accused.
Somewhat mentioned. But I said I never see no sign yet sent your spirit out to hurt no one. And seeing as I do live so close, they dismissed it. But who accused me? I'm bound by law and I'll tell it. I only hope you'll not be so sarcastical no more. 4 judges and the King's deputy sat to dinner with us but an hour ago. I'd have you speak more civilly to me from this out.
Go to bed.
I'll not be ordered to bed no more, Mr. Potter. I am 18 and a woman, however single.
Do you wish to stay up? Then stay up.
I wish to go to bed.
Good night then.
Well, the news.
There'll be no news.
She wants me dead, and you're weak at comfort.
You heard her say. They dismissed
Tomorrow.
She will cry me out until they take me. She wants me dead, John, you know it.
Now, we must be wise, Elizabeth. I'll find the marshal. I'll tell her she said we're all sworn.
John, there's so many in jail, and more than the marshal's help is needed now, I think. What would you try to do with this? Go to Abigail.
What am I to say to Abigail?
John, grant me this. You have a faulty understanding of young girls. There was a promise made in April.
What promise?
Stay silent. A promise is surely made. She needs doing on it now. I'm sure she does. But thinks to kill me and then to take my place. It's her dearest hope, John. I know it. There'll be 1,000 names. Why does she call mine? There'll be a certain danger in calling such a name. There are no beauty goods that sleep in ditches. Often drunk and half-witted. She dare not call out such a farmer's wife, and monstrous profit in it. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
John, have you ever shown that thought of contempt? You cannot laugh in the church, but you'll blush.
I may blush for my sin.
I think she sees another meaning in that blush.
But what see you? What see you, Elizabeth?
I think you should be somewhat ashamed, for I am there, and she so close.
When will you know me, woman? If I were a stalwart of crack for shameless never
You
mother.
don't tell her she's not poor. I never promised she no sins. Great
promise. The promise that Sally gave me. I gave that girl.
You're angry with me.
Because this speaks is sent, and I am honest. But I'll keep my innocence no more, Elizabeth. I see now how your spirit twists round the single error of my life, and I will never break it free.
You're free. When you come to know that I will be your only wife, one day wife at all. She's got an arrow in you yet, John Proctor, and you know it well.
Good evening.
Why? Mr. Hale. Good evening to you, sir. Come in. Come in.
You're not startled.
I know. It's only I
You are the wife Proctor.
I. Elizabeth.
No, thank you.
No. No. Is this real? Used to visit after dark? But you are welcome, sir. Will you sit down?
I will.
Will you drink cider, Mr. Hale?
No, it repels my stomach. I have some further travelling next night. To you downstairs. I'll not keep you long, but I have some business to do.
The business of the court?
No, I'll come with my own, without the court's authority. Hear me. I know not if you're aware, your wife's name is mentioned in the court.
We know it, sir. Our Mary Warren told us. We are entirely amazed.
I'm a stranger here, as you know, and in my ignorance I find it hard to draw a clear opinion of those that can accuse before the court. So this afternoon, and now tonight, I go from house to house. I come now from Rebecca Nurse's house.
charged.
God forbid such a one to be charged. I will mention someone.
You'll never believe it. Rebecca trafficked with the devil.
What woman is this possible?
You surely cannot think it.
This is a strange time, mister. No man may longer doubt the powers of the dark are gathering in monstrous attack upon this village. There's too much evidence to deny it now. You would agree, sir.
I have no knowledge in that line. I hardly think a so pious a woman be secretly a devil's bitch after 70 years of good prayer.
Right. But the devil is a wily, you cannot deny it. However, she is far from accused, and I know she will not be. My Lord, sir, put some questions as to the Christian character of this house, if you'll permit me.
Why, sir? We have no fear of questions.
Good then. In the book of record, Mr. Parsley, I know you're rarely in church myself.
You are mistaken, sir.
26 times 17 months, sir. I must call that rare. Will you tell me why you're so absent?
I never knew I must encounter that man. Whether I go to church or stay at home. My wife was sick this winter.
So I've heard. You, sir, why did you not come alone?
I surely did when I could. And when I could not, I prayed in this house.
Your house, Mr. Proctor, is not a church. Your theology must tell you that.
It does, sir. It does. It also tells me that a minister may pray to God without he have golden candlesticks upon the altar.
Golden candlestick.
Ever since we built the church, there were pewter candlesticks upon the altar. Francis Nurse made them. And a sweeter hand never touched metal. But then Paris came. And for 20 weeks, he brings nothing but golden candlesticks until he had them. I woke the lamp, sir, from dawn of day till blink of night. And when I look up to heaven and see my money glaring in his elbows, it hurt my prayer, sir. It hurt my prayer. I think sometimes that man dreams cathedrals, not capital music houses.
And yet, Mr. Proctor, on Sunday you must be in church. Tell me, you have 3 children.
Aye. Boys.
I've married 2, it's about time.
Because I like it not that Mr. Parrish should lay his hands on them. I see no light of God in that man. I'll not conceive it.
Mr. Proctor, I must say that is not for me to decide. The man's ordained, and therefore the light of God is in him.
What's your suspicion, Mr. Hale?
No, I have no suspicion.
I knelt the roof upon the church. I hope
did you? That's a good sign then.
It may have been I've been too quick to bring the man to the book. But we never desired the destruction of religion, sir. I think that's in your mind.
There's a softness in the record, sir. A softness.
I think maybe it would be too hard on Mr. Paris. I think so. But sure we never have the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I surely do. Be no mark of blame upon my life, Mr. Hale. I'm a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, sir?
I'm sure I do.
May you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments.
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill.
Aye.
Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbour's goods. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain, or have any other gods before thee. Thou shalt honour thy father and mother, and remember the Sabbath day and keep it holy. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You've said that twice, sir.
Aye.
Adultery, John.
Aye. You see, sir, between us we know them all. I think it a small fault.
Theology, sir, is a fortress. No crack in the fortress may be counted as being small.
There is no love for Satan in this house, sir.
I pray it. I pray it, dearly. Well, then I bid you good night.
Mr. Hale, I do think you're suspecting me somewhat, are you not?
I do not judge you, Billy Potter. It is my duty to add what I may to the godly wisdom of the course. Pray you both good health and good fortune. Good night, sir.
Please tell me, John.
What's that?
I have no proof for it, but my word be taken. But I know it, sir. That the sins of the girls have naught to do with witchcraft.
What to do?
Mr. Paris to go with them dancing in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Abigail?
Aye.
Abigail Williams told you had naught to do with witchcraft.
She told me the day you came, sir.
Why? Why did you keep this?
Because I did not know until this evening. And then the town has gone so silly with this nonsense.
Nonsense? Mister, I myself have examined Tituba, Sarragon, and numerous others who confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed it.
And why not? They must hang for denying it. They were those who will confess to anything before they hang. Have you thought of that?
I have. And you? You say you would testify to this in court?
I had not thought of going to court. But if I must, I will.
You bolted.
I faulted nothing. And I only wonder if my story be credited in such a court. And I wonder, honest, when such a steady-minded minister, suspicious one that cannot lie, and never will, and the world knows she cannot. I may wonder, honest, sir, I am no fool.
Proctor, let you open with me, for I have a rumour that troubles me. It said that you are to hold no belief that there may even be witches in the world. Is this true, sir?
I know not what I said. I may have said it. I have often wondered if there are witches in the world. Although I do not think they come amongst us now.
And you do not believe?
I have no knowledge of it. The Bible speaks of them, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
You cannot! Elizabeth, you bewilder him!
I cannot think the devil may open a woman's soul, Mr. Hale. But she keeps an upright play as I have. I'm a good woman, I know it. But if you may think that I may do any good works in the world, and yet be secretly bound to Satan, then I must tell you, sir, I do not believe it.
But you do believe that there are witches?
It's time, and I think they're enough.
You surely do not fly against the gospel. The
You
gospel!
believe in the gospel every word,
Did
sir.
Abigail Williams about the gospel, not myself.
You do not read about the gospel, sir. You surely cannot think it. This is a Christian house, sir. A Christian house.
Let the third child be baptized, and let you go without fail each Sunday to Sabbath prayer. Keep a quiet, solemn way among you, I think, and you should read. John!
Charles, what's the
They
matter?
take my wife and his Rebecca.
Rebecca's in the jail.
Aye, Marshall could have taken her in his wagon. If only they'd come from the jail and waited to see her.
Well, you're sure you're wild now, Mr. Hale.
Mr. Hale, can you not speak to the Deputy Governor? I'm sure he was
Pray calm yourself, Mr. Ness.
My charged.
The murder she's charged for the marvellous and supernatural murder of Goody Putnam's babies. What am I to do, Mr. Hale?
Mr. Nurse, if Rebecca be tainted, there be nothing left to stop the whole green world from burning. Let you rest upon the justice of the court. They will send her home and know it.
You cannot mean she'll be tried in court.
Nurse, though our hearts break, we cannot flinch. This is new times, sir. There's a misty plot afoot, so subtle. We should be criminals to cling to, old respects and ancient friendships. I've seen too many frightful wonders in court. The devil is alive and sailing. We dare not quail to follow where the accusing finger points.
How may such a woman murder children?
Man, remember, an hour until he fell, God thought the devil beautiful of her.
I never sent my wife to a witch, Mr. Hale. Only sensual reading books.
The coy, exactly what complaint were made in your wife?
That bloody mongrel Walcott charger. You see, he bought a pig off my wife 4 or 5 years ago, and the pig died soon after. So he comes dancing in for his money back. So my Martha, she says to him, Walcott, if you haven't the wit to feed a pig properly, you'll not live to own many. Now he goes to court and claims that from this day to that, he cannot keep a pig alive for more than 4 weeks, because my Martha bewitched him with her books.
Good evening, Mr. Proctor.
Why? Marshal, good evening.
Good evening, Lord. Good evening, Mr. Hale.
I hope you do not come on business of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm clerk of the court now, you know.
It's a pity, Marshal, that an honest tailor might have gone to heaven, must burn in hell. You're burned for this, do you know it?
You know yourself what to do as I'm told. You surely know that, Giles. And I'd as lief you be sending me to hell. I like not the sound of it, I tell you. I like not the sound of it. Now believe me, Proctor, how heavy is the law? All its tonnage I will carry on my back tonight. I have a warrant for your wife.
He says he was not
I
charged!
know nothing of it. When was she charged?
I have 16 warrants tonight, sir. She is one.
But who charged her?
Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
What proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I like not to search your house. Now will you please tell me any pockets your wife may keep in?
Pockets.
Get no pockets. Wasn't her a girl?
I spy a pocket for you, Proctor.
Why did he marry him?
Will you please give it to me?
Has the court discovered text in pockets now?
Do you keep any of them in this house?
No. Not this one till this evening. Tell me, what signifies a pocket?
Why, a pocket. A pocket may signify. Now, woman, will you please to come and help?
You're not. Let's marry here, it is.
No, no, I am forbid to leave her from my
You'll
sight.
leave her out of sight and out of mind. Let's marry here, Elizabeth.
Marshal, what signify a pocket?
Well, they say it may signify that she... Why, this!
What's that? It is a needle! It is a needle! What signifies a needle?
Boy, this go hard with it. I had my doubts, Proctor, I had my doubts.
But here lies calamity.
You see it, sir?
It is a needle.
Why, what meaning has it?
The girl, the Williams girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She sat to dinner in Reverend Parris's house tonight, and without word nor warning, she fell to the floor, like a struck beast, he says, and screamed a scream that a bull would weep to hear. And he goes to save her. He stuck 2 inches into the flesh of her belly. He drew a needle out, and demanding of her how she came to be so stout, she testified by your wife's familiar spirit that pushed it in.
But she stuck it on herself. You surely cannot be taking this for proof, mister.
It is hard proof. I find here a pocket Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, and in the belly of the pocket, a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor, I have never warranted such proof of hell, and I bid you, struck me not, for I...
Now then, Mary, tell them how this puppet came to my house.
What pocket's that, sir?
This puppet! This puppet!
This is mine.
It is your puppet, is it not?
Yes, sir.
And how did it come into my house?
Well, I made it in the court, sir, and give it to the box.
Now, sir,
stuck inside this pocket.
I don't know how I sir.
You stuck the needle yourself.
I believe I did, sir.
Now, sir, what say you now?
John, you said it's beyond natural memory. Could it be perhaps that even now someone comes to you to say this?
Excuse me. I know. I'm entirely myself, I think. Then you asked Susanna Walcott. She saw me sewing it in court. Ask Abby. Abby sat beside me when I made it.
Bit about Mr. Hale. Surely it might must be something now. Bid him be gone.
I think you find the needle.
Very worried. You charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder, I
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle found stuck into her bed.
charges me.
Aye.
The girl is murder. She must be ripped out of this world.
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world. Out with you! You dare not touch the warrant.
Out with you! You ripped the deputy out of my house! Proctor! Get to go with them! You are a broken minister!
She is innocent.
Is she innocent? Why do you not wonder if Abigail be innocent? Or Paris? Is the accused always hungry now? Were they born this morning as clean as God's fingers? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were in Salem, but these crazy children are jangling the keys to the kingdom. This warrants vengeance. I'll not give my wife to vengeance. You will not go.
I have 9 men outside. You cannot keep her. The law binds me. I cannot.
When you say her taken, Pontius Pilate, God will not let you wash your hands of this.
I think I must go with them. Sorry. The spreading left in the morning, baking in the afternoon. How did the proctor if you were his daughter? You won't need that, I'm much more. But the children wait. Oh, they've got to go.
I'll bring you home. I'll bring you home soon. Fear nothing, Elizabeth. Madam, now you will not say her. I will not have it said.
And yet, sire, Minister, it is fraud. You know it is fraud. What keeps you
I
mad?
will pay you. I will surely pay you myself.
In God's name, John, I cannot help myself. I must change the law. Now let you keep inside this house till I'm gone.
Mr. Proctor.
Out of my sight.
Charity, Proctor, charity. What I've heard in her favour, I'll not fear to testify in court. God help me, I cannot judge you guilty or innocent. I know not. Only let you consider this. The world goes mad, and it profit you nothing to lay the court to the vengeance of the little girl.
You're a coward. Even though you ordained God's tears, you are a coward now.
I cannot believe God be so grossly provoked by such a petty cause. The jails are packed. Our greatest judges is in Salem now, and hanging promised. We must look to cause proportionate. Where the murdered them perhaps, and never brought to light. Abomination! Some secret blasphemy that sinks to heaven. Think on cause, man. Think on cause, and help me to discover it. Or there's your way. Believe it, there's your only way when such confusion strikes upon the world. Let your counsel among yourselves, and think upon your village from what has drawn down some heaven, took something wrath upon you all. Pray God open our eyes.
You don't feel to do this. Leave me, Francis. Leave me.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go now, Giles. We'll speak of it tomorrow.
Think on it then. We'll come earlier.
Aye. Go now, Giles.
Good night, then.
Mrs. Proctor. Very likely they'll let her come home once they're given proper evidence.
You'll come to court with Mary. You'll tell them in court.
I cannot charge murder on Abigail.
You'll tell them how the woman came to my house. And who's got a needle in
She'll
it.
kill me for saying that. She'll charge lecture on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you.
I've known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good. Paul has said that this is done with. We'll sign off in together. You will tell them what you know, Mary.
I cannot. They'll turn on
My
me.
wife will never die for me. I'll bring your cousin to your mouth, but that goodness will never die for me.
I cannot.
Make your peace with it now. For now, Helen had a crap on our backs, and all our pretensions ripped away. Make your
on that, Corey! You're not a Boston judge yet, Haythorne! You're not calling me daft! Who is this man?
Charles Corey, sir. And what?
I asked the question, and I'm old enough to answer it. My name is Corey, sir. Charles Corey. I've 600 acres and timber in addition. This is my wife you're condemning now. How do you manage to help her cause with such contemptuous riots? Now be gone! Your old age alone keeps you out of jail for this. Let me tell you guys about my wife, you take it upon yourself to determine what this court shall believe and what it shall set aside? Your Excellency, we mean no disrespect. Disrespect indeed. It is disruption, mister. This is the highest court of the supreme government of this province. You know it, Your Excellency. I only said you were reading books and they take her out of my house. It is my third wife, sir. I never had no wife that be so taken with books. I thought to find the cause of it, you see. But there were no witch I blamed her for. I've broken charity with the woman. I've broken charity with her.
Excellency, he claims hard evidence to his wife's defence. I think in all justice that you
Has Exton submitted evidence in proper affidavit? You're certainly aware of our procedure here, Mr. Hale. Clear this room.
Come on, Charles.
We're desperate, sir. We come here 3 days now and cannot be heard.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
His wife Rebecca that condemned this morning.
Indeed. I'm amazed to find him such uproar. I've only good report of your character, Mr. Nurse.
I think they must both be arrested in contempt, sir.
Don't you write your plea in due time,
We have evidence for your eyes. God forbid you shut them to it. The girls, sir. The girls are frauds.
What's that?
They're lying to you. They were deceiving you.
Contempt, sir, contempt!
This is good, Haythorne. You know who I am, Mr. Nurse?
You do, sir. I think you'd be a wise judge to be what you are.
And do you know that nearly 400 are in the jails for Marblehead to Lynn, and upon my signature?
I know.
And 70 do condemn to hang by that signature.
Your Excellency, I never thought to say this to such a weighty judge, but you are deceived.
Mary, what are you about here?
She will speak with the deputy governor.
Did you not tell me Mary Warren was sick in bed?
She were, Your Honour. When I go to fetch her to the court last week, she said she was sick.
She's been striving with her soul all week, Your Honour. She comes now to tell the truth of this to you. Who is this?
I am John Proctor, sir. Elizabeth Proctor is my wife.
Beware this man, Excellency. This man is me.
I think you was here, the girl, sir.
Peace! What would you tell us, Mary Warren?
She never saw no spirit, sir.
Never saw no spirit. Never!
She has signed a deposition,
No,
sir.
no, I accept no depositions. Tell me, Mr. Proctor. Have you given out the story in the village?
You have not.
They've come to overthrow the court.
I'm crazy, Mr. Paris. Mr. Proctor, you understand that the entire contention of the state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through the children?
I do, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how came you to cry out people for setting their spirits against you? I cannot hear you.
It was pretense, she says.
Ah. And the other girls? Susanna Walcott and the others, they're also pretending? Indeed.
Excellency, you surely cannot think that so vile a lie is spread in open court.
Indeed not. But it strikes hard upon me that she would dare come here with such a tale. Now, Mr. Proctor, before I decide whether I shall hear you speak or not, it is my duty to tell you this. We burn a hot fire here, it melts down all concealment.
I know it, sir.
Let me continue. I understand well husband's tenderness may drive him to extravagance in defence of a wife. Are you certain in your conscience, mister, that your evidence is the truth?
It is. And you will surely know it.
And you thought to declare this revelation in open court before the public?
I did, sir. With your permission.
Now, sir, what is your purpose in so doing?
I will free my wife.
There lurks nowhere in your heart nor hidden in your spirit any desire to undermine this court.
No, sir.
Your Excellency,
Marshal,
I think it be my duty, sir. You'll not do right, John. When I go to fetch his wife, he damn the court and ripped your warrants.
Now you have it.
he did that, Mr. Hale?
He did.
It would temper, sir. I knew what I did.
Mr. Proctor,
Sir.
have you ever seen the devil?
No, sir.
You are in all respects a gospel Christian.
am, sir.
Such a Christian that will not come to church but once a month.
Not come to church.
I know love is the Paris. I'll not conceal it. But God, surely love.
Plough on Sunday, sir.
Plough on Sunday.
I think of the evidence, John. I cannot keep it. I'm an official of the court.
I have once or twice ploughed on Sunday, sir. But I have 3 children, sir. And until last year, my crop gave little.
You'll find out that Christians believe power on Sunday, the truth be known.
I cannot think you may judge a man on such evidence.
I judge nothing. I tell you straight, I've seen marvels in this court. I've seen people choked before my eyes by spirits. I've seen them stuck by pins and slashed by daggers. I have until this moment not the slightest reason to suspect the children may be deceiving me. Do you understand my meaning?
This is not so funny, sir. There's so many of these women. If I search it over,
Do you read the gospel, Mr. Proctor?
I read the gospel.
I think not. Or surely you should know that Cain was an upright man, and yet he did kill Abel.
Aye, God tells us that. But who tells us that Reckoners murdered 7 babies by sending a spirit out of them? It is the children only, sir. And this one will say she lied to you.
She's the one.
Mr. Proctor, this morning your wife sent me a claim in which she states she's pregnant.
My wife pregnant?
There'll be no sign of it. We've examined her body.
Well, if she says she's pregnant, then she must be, sir. That woman will never lie, sir.
She will not.
Never, sir. Never.
We've thought it too convenient to be credited. However, I should tell you that you shall have her living another month. If she begins to show her natural signs, you shall have her living another year until she's delivered. What say to that? Come now. You say your only purpose is to save your wife. Good, then she is saved at least a year. And a year is long. What say you? It is done now. Will you drop this charge?
I think I cannot, sir.
Your purpose is somewhat large.
He's come to overthrow the court, Your Honour.
These are my friends, sir.
I judge you not. I'm ready to hear your evidence.
Come not to hurt the court, sir.
Marshal, go into the court and bring Judge Stoughton and Judge Sewell declare recess for 1 hour. And let them go to the tavern if they will. All witnesses and prisoners to be kept in the building.
If I may say it, sir. I know this man all my life. He is a good man, sir.
I'm sure of it, man. Now, what deposition do you have for Mr. Proctor? I beg to be clear, open as the sky, and honest.
I'm no lawyer, sir.
The pure in heart need no lawyers. Proceed as you will.
Would you read this, please, sir? These people sign it. Declare their good opinion of Rebecca Nurse. And my wife, sir. And Martha Corrie.
Their good opinion.
These are all landholding farmers. Members of the church. If you notice, sir, they've known the woman for many years. Never saw Simon had dealings with the devil.
How many names are here?
91, Your Excellency.
These people should be summoned for questioning.
Mr. Downfall, I gave these people my word that I would come to them deciding this.
This is a clear attack upon the court.
Every defence and attack upon the court can no one
All the
say.
innocent and Christian people are hungry for the courts to save them. These people are bleeding for it. And I think you'll want to know from each and every one of them what is contended with you.
I think they ought to be examined, sir.
It's not necessarily an attack, I think.
These are covenanted Christians, sir.
And I'm sure they may have nothing to fear. Marshal will have warrants drawn for all of these. Arrest for examination. Now, what other information do you have for us? You may sit, Mr. Nurse.
But I don't want to trouble all these people.
No, old man, you have not hurt these people if they are of clear conscience. You must understand. A person is either with this court, or they must be counted against it. There be no road between. This is a sharp time now, a precise time. We live no longer in the dusky afternoon when evil mixed itself with good and befuddled the world. Now, by God's grace, the shining sun is up. None that fear not light will surely praise it. I hope you will be one of those. She's not hearty, I see.
No, sir. She's not. Now, remember the angel Raphael. And what he said to the boy. Do that which is good, and no harm shall come to thee.
Come, man, we wait you. John, my deposition, give him mine.
Aye, sir. Here's Mr. Corrie's deposition, sir.
Oh?
What lawyer drew this calling? You know I've never hired a lawyer in my life, Peggy.
It is very well phrased. My compliments. Mr. Paris, if Mr. Putnam is in the court, will you bring him in? You have no legal training, Mr. Court?
I am the best. I'm 33 timing course in my life, sir. And always played too.
Oh, then you're much put upon.
I'm never put upon. I know my rights, sir, and I will have them. You know, your father tried a case of mine, might be 35 years ago, I think.
Indeed.
He never spoke to you of it.
No, I cannot recall it.
That's strange. He gave me £9 damages. You were a fair kid, your father. You see, I had a white mare that time, and this fellow was to borrow the mare. Oh, there he is.
Mr. Putnam, I have here an accusation by Mr. Corley against you. He states that you probably pointed your daughter's crime witchery upon George Jacobs that is now in jail.
It is a lie.
Mr. Putnam states your charge is a lie. What say to that?
A far from Thomas Putnam! That is what I say to that!
Prove that you submit me a charge, sir.
The proof is there! If Jacobs hangs the witch, he bought it of his property. That's law. And there's none but Putnam with a coin to buy so great a beast. This man is killing his neighbours for the land.
Prove, sir, prove.
My proof is there. I have an honest man who heard Putnam say it. The day his daughter cried out on Jacobs, he said she'd given him a fair gift of land.
And the name of this man?
What name?
The man that gave you this information.
Why, I cannot give you no name.
And why not?
You know well why not. He'll lay in jail if I give his name.
It's contained to the court, Mr. Stanford. You'll surely tell us the name.
I cannot give you no name. I mentioned my wife's name once, and I'll burn in hell long enough for that. I stand used.
In that case, I have no other choice but to arrest you for contempt of this court. Do you know that?
That's a hearing. You cannot arrest me in contempt of a hearing.
Oh, it is a proper lawyer. Do you wish me to declare the court in full session here, or will you give me good reply?
I cannot give you no name, sir. I cannot.
You are a foolish old man. Marshal, begin the record. The court is now in order. He had the story in confidence, sir.
The devil lives in such confidences. Without confidences, there can be no conspiracy.
I think it must be broken, sir. Old man, if your informant tell the truth, let him come here openly like a decent man. But if he hide in anonymity, I must know why. Now, sir, the government and Central Church demand of you the name of him that reported Mr. Thomas Putnam a common murderer.
Excellency,
Mr. Hale.
we cannot blink it more, sir. There's prodigious spirits caught in the country.
And there is a prodigious guilt in the country. Are you afraid to be questioned?
I may only fear the Lord, sir, but there is a fear in the country nevertheless.
Reproach me not with a fear in the country. There is a fear in the country because there is a moving plot to topple Christ.
But it does not follow that every accused is part of it.
No uncorrupted man may fear this court, Mr. Hale. None. You are under arrest for contempt of this court. Now sit you down and take counsel with yourself, or you'll be set in the jail until you decide to answer all questions.
Putnam! Oh, Joel! Oh! I'll crack your throat! I'll tell you yet!
Peace, well, Joel, peace!
Say no more! He needs to hang us all!
This is a court of law, mister. I'll have no effrontery here.
Forgive him, sir, for his old age. Peace now, Giles. We shall prove it all now. Now we will. You cannot weep, Mary. Remember the angel and what he said to the boy. There is your rock. Hold to it. If Mary Warren's their position, sir. I would ask you to remember, sir, that until 2 weeks ago, she was no different than the other children. She howled, she screamed, she swore familiar spirits choked her. She even testified that Satan, in the form of a woman now in jail, tried to win her soul away. And when she refused,
We know all this.
aye, sir. But now she testifies she never saw Satan, nor any spirit brave or fear that he may have sent to hurt her. She declares now that the other children are lying now too.
Excellency, I think this goes to the heart of the matter.
Surely does.
I cannot say he's an honest man. I know a little. But in all justice, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a farmer. I pray you stop here. Send him home, let him come again with a lawyer.
Now look you, mister.
I have signed 72 death warrants. I am a minister of the Lord, and I dare not take a life without there be proof so immaculate no slightest qualm of conscience may doubt it.
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice.
I have this morning, Your Honour, signed away the soul of Rebecca Nurse. I'm not conceded. My handshake is yet with a wound. I pray you, let this argument lawyers present to you.
Mr. Hale, for a man of such terrible learning, you are most bewildered. Please forgive me. I've been 32 years at the bar, sir, and I would be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. Now consider this. I bid you all do likewise. In an ordinary crime, how does one defend the accused? One calls on witnesses to prove his innocence. But witchcraft is ipso facto, on its face and by its nature, an invisible crime, is it not? Therefore, who may possibly be witness to it? The witch and the victim, none other. Now, I cannot possibly hope the witch may accuse herself. Granted. Therefore, we must rely upon the victims. And they do testify. The children certainly do testify. As for the witches, none may deny we are almost eager for their confessions. Therefore, what is left for a lawyer to bring out? I think I've made my point.
But this guilt claims this is not true, but if they are lies,
Precisely what I am about to consider. What more may you ask of me? Unless you doubt my probity.
surely not, sir. Let you consider it then.
And let you put your heart to rest. A deposition, Mr. Proctor.
I should like to...
Mr. Parrott, I bid you be silent! Marshal, go into the court and bring the children in. Mary Warren, how came you to this turnabout? Does Mr. Proctor threaten you for this deposition?
No, sir.
Has he ever threatened you?
No, sir.
Has he threatened you?
No, sir.
Then you tell me that you sat in my court callously lying when you knew that others would hang by your evidence. Answer me!
Sir.
How are you instructed in your life? You don't know that God damns your liars? Or is it now that you lie?
No, sir. I'm with God now.
You are with God now. I tell you this, you're either lying now or you are lying in court. And either way, you have committed perjury and you will go to jail for it. You can't lightly say you lied, Mary. You know that.
I can't lie no more, sir. I'm with God. I'm with God.
Please put them back in the court, sir. Not the other children.
These are sufficient. Sit you down, children. Your friend, Mary Warren, has given us a deposition, which she states she never saw familiar spirits, apparitions, nor any manifest of the devil. She also claims that none of you have seen these things either. Now, children, this is a court of law. The law based upon the Bible, and the Bible written by Almighty God, forbids the practice of witchcraft and describes death as the penalty thereof. Likewise, children, the Bible also damns bearers of false witness. Now then, it does not escape me that this deposition may be devised to blindness. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan, who sends her here to distract our sacred place. If so, her neck will break. But if she speak true, I bid you now drop your guard and confess your pretense, for a quick confession will go easier with you. Abigail Williams, rise. Is there any truth in this?
No, sir.
Children, a very old girl bit will now be turned into your souls, until your honesty is proved. Will either of you change your positions? Do you force me to hard questioning?
I have naught to change, sir. She lies.
You would still go on with this?
No, sir.
A pocket was discovered in Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary Warren claims that you sat beside her in court when she made it, that you saw her make it, and witnessed how she herself stuck a needle into it for safekeeping. What say to that?
Lady Proctor always kept it.
Your Honour! My wife never kept no pockets. Mary Warren's made to her pockets.
Your Excellency,
Marshal,
when I spoke with Lady Proctor in that house, she said she never kept no pockets. But she did say she kept it when she was a child.
And she's not been a child for these 15 years, Your Honour.
But a poppet will keep 15 years.
It will keep if it is kept. But Mary Warren swears she never saw no poppet, nor anyone else.
Why could there not have been a poppet hid where no one could ever find
It
it?
might supposed to be a five-legged dragon, but no one has ever seen it.
We are here, Your Honour, precisely to discover what no one has ever seen.
Your Honour, what made this girl game but hard questioning in words?
You're charging Abigail Williams with a marvellous cool plot to murder. Do you understand that?
Aye, sir. I believe she means a murder.
This child would murder your wife.
It is no child. Now hear me. She was twice this year put out of this meeting house for laughter during prayer.
What's this? Laughter during prayer.
Excellency, she will undertake this part that time. She is solemn now.
Aye, now she's solemn and goes to hang people. Quiet, man.
Surely it had no bearing on the question, sir. He charges contemplation of murder.
Aye. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Now, Mary, tell them how you danced in the woods.
Excellency, ever since I come to stay in this manor.
What is this dancing?
Abigail leads me to the woods, sir. They have danced there naked.
Your Honour,
It's
this
a parrot that's going and dancing there himself at the dead of night. There's a child she is.
Mr. Barrett, I
I
don't
don't
believe
say so. But I've never found any of them naked.
But you haven't discovered them dancing in the woods. Abigail, Excellency, when I first arrived from Beverley, Mr. Paris told me that. Do you deny it, Mr. Paris?
I do not. But I never saw any of them naked.
But you have danced.
Aye, sir.
Excellency, will you permit me?
Pray, proceed.
You say you never saw no spirits, Mary, whenever threatened or afflicted by the devil or any manifested devil's agents. And yet, when people accused of witchery confronted you in court, you would feign, saying their spirits came out of their bodies and choked you.
I cannot hear you.
But you did turn cold, did you not? I myself picked you up many times in your skin, I see. Mr. Danforth!
I saw that many times.
She only pretended to faint, Your Excellency. They're all excellent pretenders.
Then can't you pretend to faint now?
Now,
Why not? Now there are no spirits attacking us, for none in this room is accused of witchcraft. Let her turn herself cold now. Let her pretend she is attacked now. Let her faint! Faint!
Thanks.
I faint. Proof is how you pretended in the court so many times.
Cannot say now, sir.
you not pretend it.
I have no sense.
Why, what is lacking now?
I cannot tell.
Might it be that here we have no afflicting spirit, but in the court there were some?
I never saw no spirit.
Then see no spirits now, and prove to us that you can faint by your own will as you claim.
I cannot do it.
Then you will confess, will you not? It were attacking spirits that made you faint.
Oh, sir.
Excellency, this is a trick to blind the court.
It's not a trick. I used to think because I thought I saw spirits,
Thought you saw them?
but I did not.
How can you think you saw them unless you saw them?
Cannot tell how, but I did. I heard the other girls screaming, and you seemed to believe them. It really sports in the beginning. Then the whole world cried spirits. I promise you, Mr. Danforth, I only thought I saw them. I did not.
Surely your excellency is not taken by this simple lie.
Abigail, should you now search your heart and tell me this? To God every soul is precious. His vengeance is terrible on them that take life without cause. Could it be these spirits you saw were illusion only? Some deception that may cross your mind?
Why, this is a base question, sir.
Child, I would have you consider it.
I've been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I've seen my blood running out. I've been near to murdered every day because I've done my duty pointing out the devil's people. And this is my reward. To be mistrusted, denied, questioned.
Child, I do not
Don't
mistrust
you beware, Mr. Danforth. Think you to be so mighty that the power of hell may not turn your way. Beware of it. There is...
What is it, child?
No. The wind. The cold wind is coming.
Abby! You wanna? I'm free!
Then pretending! She's cold, Your Honour. Touch her!
Mary, do you send a shadow upon me?
You are a lecher.
John, how can you say so, Francis? I wish you had some evening that you might know me. Man will not go away his name, he surely knows that.
In what time? In what place?
In the proper place. Where my beast are bedded, so many months ago on the last night of my joy. She used to serve me in my house. A man may think God sees, but God sees all. I know it now. I beg you, sir. I beg you, see her what she is. My wife. And my good dear wife. Set her up to the high road soon after, sir. And she, be what she is, a lump of vanity. Forgive me, sir. Forgive me. She talked to down with me on my wife's grave. How well she might. Because I taught her softly, sir. God help me, I lusted. And there is promise in so sweat. But it is a hard vengeance. You must see it now, sir. Set myself entirely in your hands. You must see it now.
You do not have this rap and tickle of this.
If I was done to that, I will leave and I will not come back.
I made a bet of my honour. I wrote to do with my good name. You will believe me, Mr. Danforth. My wife is innocent, except you know a whore when she saw one.
What looks stupid? I'll not have such.
You will remain where you are! Mr. Barrett, go into the court and bring your wife Proctor out.
Your Honour, this is...
Bring her out! Tell her not one word of what's been spoken here. Now we can touch the bottom of this swamp. Your wife, you say, is an honest woman.
She didn't lie, sir. She has never lied. There's those that cannot weep, and those that cannot sing. My wife, sir, can never lie. I've paid much to learn it.
And when she put this girl out of your house, she put her out for a harlot.
Aye, sir.
I knew her for a harlot.
Aye, sir. She knew it for a harlot.
Good then. If she tell me charge her for harlotry, may God spread his mercy upon you. Hold! Turn your back. Turn your back! Do likewise. Neither of you are to turn the face with you, Proctor. No one in this room is to speak a word or raise a gesture, aye or nay. Enter! Marshal, report this testimony in all exactness. Are you ready?
Ready, sir.
Come here, woman. You will look in my eyes only, not at your husband, in my eyes only. Be given to understand, one time you dismissed your servant, Abigail Wood.
That is true, sir.
For what cause did you dismiss her? Look at me! The answer is in your memory, you need no help to give it to me. For what cause did you dismiss her?
She dissatisfied me. And my husband.
In what way satisfied you?
She was...
Look at me! Was she slovenly? Lazy? What disturbance did she cause?
Your Honour, in that time you were sick. My husband is a good and righteous man. He's never drunk in summer, not wasting his time at the shuttlecourt, but always at his work. But it's my sickness. You see, sir, I was a long time sick after my last baby. I thought I saw my husband from not turning from me. And this gives
Look at me!
Abigail Williams.
What of Abigail Williams?
I came to think he fancied her. And so one night I lost my wits, I think, and put her out on the high road.
Your husband? Did he indeed turn from you?
My husband. He's a good man, sir.
And he did not turn. Look at me! To your knowledge, has John Potter ever committed the crime of lechery? Answer me, is your husband a lecher?
No, sir.
Remember, Marshal, the truth of it, the chief spoken, remove her.
I confess it! She is supposed to say my good name!
Excellency, he's a natural right to tell. I beg you stop now, for another is condemned. I wish you like conscience doing no more. Private vengeance is working to his testament.
far road to heaven. I believe him now. And I beg you, call back his life. She's nothing of letter in this man's heart. I believe him! From the beginning, this girl is always strictly false. She's always right. What is it, Joe? What's that? Joe! Girls, what are you...
It's on me! Why do you come here, bird?
Where's the bird? I see no bird!
I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Mr. Hale! Quiet! Do you see a bird? Be quiet!
God made my face. You cannot understand my face. Envy is a deadly sin, Mary. Or maybe this is a black art to change your shape. No, I cannot stop my mouth. It's God's work I do.
You're pretending!
Oh, please, Mary, don't come down. I can't. She's stretching her.
Lies! Lies!
Mary, please don't hurt. I'm not hurting her.
Why did she see this vision?
She sees nothing. She sees nothing. I'm in London. I'm in London. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
Everyone talk back your spirit out of them! You have seen the devil, have you not? Why can they only repeat you? Give me a whip! Oh, stop it! A little while ago you were afflicted. Now it seems you afflict others. Where did you find this flower? Let's go to you, mister! Why did you turn about these past 2 weeks? You have seen the devil, have you not? You cannot believe them!